Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install Qt6 so you could use it in CMake with any IDE you want. It doesn't have to be Qt Creator. In fact, we're going to remove Qt Creator. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to search for Qt6. In my case, by the way, I'm going to be using CLion, which needs CMake, of course. But anyways, let's go to the first link. And let's say try Qt for free. And then we're going to go to the community user here. And we're going to go down. And we're going to download the Qt online installer. And you're going to basically depend on your machine. In my case, it's Windows x64. So we're going to click that and Qt online installer for Windows x64. And it's 50 megabytes. All right. And then you're just going to open the installer. You're going to need all right. So for whichever reason, it's in French for me here. I'm not sure why. My system is actually in English. But maybe it's because of my locale or something, because I'm in Morocco. But either way, let's just go through this. So basically just click next. And here you're gonna have to basically write your information, fill out your email and password, or you could also sign up, right? So you usually wouldn't have like an account. So, but if you do have a Qt account already, you're gonna go to here and you're gonna fill out your information. Okay, so I filled my information. After that, you just, deactivate the statistics, or you could activate it if you want to. And then you could actually select next. And then you say that you accept the terms and conditions. Actually, wait, yeah, fine. And just say next, like just say agree or whatever. Just go through the installer pretty much. All right, and there we go. Okay, so here you're gonna actually go with installation, like personal installation or the custom installation, right? And you're gonna say next, right? And here you could select the components that you want of Qt. So in my case, I don't need Qt Creator, so I could just remove it. If you want the other stuff, you could also add them here. But right now we don't care. In fact, if you do want something else later on, I'm going to show you how you could actually do that. But in our case, we only need the Qt libraries. So here there's also the build tools like CMake, Ninja, and so on. We don't need those because we already have CLion in my case with CMake and Ninja installed and everything. So I'm just gonna remove all the build tools from here. No need for it, except for the Qt maintenance tool, which is, required. You can't really. So other than that, you're gonna come here to Qt6, and then like the default one is min-GW. So we don't want to use min-GW. We want to use the Windows compiler, which is MSVC, because it's way better than min-GW. And if you want like Clang, then you could also grab this and so on. But in my case, if you also have ARM64, that you could grab this. But in my case, just MSVC 2022 64-bit. And for the additional libraries here, you could select the components of Qt that you want. So in my case, like for example, this deprecated Qt charts, no need for deprecated stuff. I mean, you could remove it, or you could even add like all of these if you want to. But in my case, this should be fine, I think. I mean, in fact, Qt Multimedia, Qt Quick 3D, Qt Shader Tools. I mean, just leave as default. I just don't need the deprecated ones. So that's fine. You could always come back and like grab more. And here I'm just gonna say accept and next, next, and there you go. So this is my configuration here, and I'm gonna install. So it's gonna take a little while, and we're gonna be back. Okay, so it's pretty much done. It took just a little while. So wait a second. All right, so we're gonna say basically done. And right now, if you go to your system, so like disk C in my case, you're gonna find Qt there pretty much. and you're gonna find the libraries. Like in my case, it's version 6.10.1. If you go there, you're gonna find MSVC, and here you could find the binaries, like the actual Qt applications that you may want to use, the libraries that we actually want, and here there's some CMake configuration files, which is exactly what we need here. So that's pretty sick. Other than that, I also wanted to show you now, if you go to Qt, you're going to find a maintenance tool. So if you click on that maintenance tool, and you basically say next, right? And then you could either like add or remove some components of Qt, or like update Qt or remove all Qt. So in my case, let's say we want to add something or remove something. Then here we could actually, we get back this, so we can go inside of Qt, and by the way, you could actually install multiple Qt versions from here if you want to. But yeah, so here additional libraries. Let's say we want to add, an Qt HTTP server, that we could basically click on this and they then say next, and it would basically update and add this Qt HTTP server into my installation. And you're just gonna say next, next, next until it's done, and you're good to go. So that's basically how. In my case, I'm just gonna exit, and we're good. All right, so now let's see how we could create a project that uses Qt. Let's see. So C++ executable, in my case, we could go with whichever C++ standard. And let's just say ckjuːt. I mean, of course, you could call your project whichever you want, not really ckjuːt. And you could use whichever IDE you want, as long as it supports CMake. So yeah. All right, let's see how this works. Let's see, so let's just exclude all the folders real quick. And let's see how this would work. So basically what we want to do is we want to try to find Qt package. So find package Qt6 required. And here you list all the components you want. In my case, I only want widgets, but you could also add other things like, let's say, graphs and so on, like the other components like, Qt network or whatever. Either way. So after that, what you do is you say target link libraries. So ckjuːt private. Let's see, and here we just say Qt6, and here the component name widgets. So let's say you have Qt graph, although I probably removed it, but you're just gonna add graph here, and you're just gonna add another component here, graph. But that's just how you would add another component of Qt. But in our case, this should be fine. But of course, we're gonna have a little error because this is Windows, not Linux. We have to actually tell CMake where to find our package. So how we can do that? Well, we could go to our CMake profiles here, and we could say -d. Let's say CMake prefix path, right? Almost forgot at some point. Anyways, all right, let's see. So we're just gonna grab this and grab, I mean, this would work out just fine too. So just pick this and give it here. Of course, make sure to add it in, these things. So basically you just add this CMake prefix path to your CMake options to your command line when you use CMake, and you set it to the path and you say okay. And now it should be able to find a package. And there you go. It's working out just fine. Now, if we actually try to run this, we should get hello world, but right now we have actually Qt. Now, let's just do a little Qt application real quick. So let's say Qt application, Q application, and here we're just creating Q application. And it's gonna need argc and argv, which we get from the main function. So int argc and char pointer argv, and that should do the trick. Next step, you basically say replication dot. All right, the dot, I believe. I actually even forgot. Yeah, I think exec. There you go. So just say .exec, and there you go. Now, if you run this, you would basically only get like the Qt application loop, but there's nothing going. Actually, before that, I forgot one thing. If you get this error, it means you couldn't find the DLLs of Qt, because we basically need to either add the DLLs here in our executable path, or we could go to our configurations here and add the environment variables. We could, add the path. We could add the DLLs to the path essentially. So if you go back here to bin and we just copy this path and we add it here and then semicolon path to just prepend that path. If you like have some other libraries that you could basically, here's another library path, and then you could also add another semicolon here. So it's basically a list delimited by semicolons. But yeah. All right, so we're just gonna say okay, okay, and now if we run this, we shouldn't have that problem anymore, as you can see, because it can find the DLLs that it needs, which is great. Another problem that you may get into, which is the CMake, let's see, the CMake MSVC runtime library. You may want to change this to something else, like multi-threaded or multi-threaded DLL. I mean, this one seems to be working for me for some reason, or just multi-threaded, either way. I'm not sure, but like sometimes when you do some weird things, like this actually becomes required for some reason. It's very strange, like the Windows linker, very, very strange. But this seems to work for me. So that's great. All right, let's actually try to create like a window real quick here. So qwindow.h, and then, or actually we could go with qMainWindow. We could either just go with the widget or main window. Fine. And then we could go with the qMainWindow, main window, and then you could just show this window too simply. All right, and let's try this out. And there you go. We got a little window right here called ckjuːt. If you want to change the title, you're going to set the window title to ckjuːt, for example. And you could also set the size and so on. So let's say 600, for example. And yeah, that just works. I mean, you could also add QLabel or whatever, but that's basically how it works. So yeah, that was it guys for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye everyone.